Trump is the unquestioned frontrunner for the GOP nomination, and Democratic insiders, though, think this gives them the best chance come November. Are they right? Would Haley be a tougher general election opponent? Here's Rick Smith to discuss it all.
You know, Nikki Haley was really happy at 12:01 Tuesday morning as the good folks of Dixville, Knox, got out and voted the first bit of voting in New Hampshire. They do midnight voting, been doing it since 1960, and all 6 voters came out to vote, and all 6 of them voted for Nikki Haley. It was a sweep. It was 6-0. She won. She was winning. And, well, the rest of the day didn't go very well for her. As you know, look, everyone knew Trump was going to win, not by the knockout blow that happened in 2020 when he got 84% of the vote, or was it 94? I think it was 84. But either way, not the knockout blow. He got over 50%, yes, but it wasn't enough to completely take her out of the primary. So this is going to continue. Look, I think it's cemented that Trump's going to be the candidate. I know a lot of people are wishing and hoping, and there's a lot of conversations from certain folks going, no, it's not going to be Trump. They can stop him. No, it's not. And I've been saying from the beginning that Trump's going to be the guy. Like it or not, we have to fight this fight. You're going to have to stand up and fight for the soul of the country, and you're going to have to do it with ideas. You're going to have to bring moderate, sane, if there are many left, rational Republicans over to the Democratic side to vote against Trump. And look, you know, I got to tell you, I was looking at some of the exit polling that really shows just how crazy Trump voters are, or what their belief structure is. Because what was that? It was like 80% of Trump voters said that they don't believe Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Whereas you go to the other side, the people who voted for Nikki Haley, it was the complete opposite. 83% said, yeah, of course he did. You know, this is one of those weird things where, you know, what was it? 85% of Trump voters said that if Trump's convicted of the 91 felonies that he's facing, you know, he'd be fit for office and I'd vote for him. It kind of makes you go, it's a cult. And we have to understand, as a country, have to deal with this. Now, all of the sentiment, oh, it's low energy, it's all this. Look, this is important stuff. Now, understand, you know, Biden won the write-in side of it. There was never going to be a question of if Biden was going to win, even with people writing his name in. He's going to be the Democratic nominee. I know Dean Phillips wants to. I'm not even going to talk about that. I know that he wants some bit of attention. Not going to matter. What has to happen going forward is Biden and his campaign have got to make a play for the airtime, because the one thing that Dean Phillips is right about is Biden and the Democrats have ceded a whole bunch of airtime to Trump and to Nikki Haley and to, you know, DeSantis and the rest of the clown show that they should have been fighting for. Because look, our media just wants a horse race. They just want something to grab people's attentions. They want to be able to rip and tear and build people up and tear them back down. They need that. And Biden and the Democrats have got to get out there and they've got to engage in this process. Now, the good thing, understand, the primary in New Hampshire now over. Going to move on down the road. Nikki Haley thinks South Carolina is going to be what's going to save her. Might. You know, she gave one of the more energetic concession speeches that I've ever seen. Very positive, and that's her shtick. Because she thinks that's going to be the claim. I do find it interesting that you would never hear Trump concede. And if she does win in South Carolina, do you think Trump would concede? The answer, no. Now, the good thing is there's some polling coming out of my state of Pennsylvania that gives me some hope. A new Susquehanna polling and research poll finds that Biden is leading Trump in my state 47-39. That's, I got to tell you, is great news this far out from the election for an incumbent president that has really not been out there fighting the fight, has not been out there saying, hey, look at me, this is why. I don't think they've made their case yet. And that's why I think right now, you better start doing that. Trump is going to be the guy. And look, Dean Phillips is wholeheartedly sold on, there's no question Trump's going to win. I don't know. I think there's a 50-50 shot, maybe a little bit better than 50-50 that Trump does win. I think there's a real chance of that if the Biden camp doesn't get out and make their case. And I think they will. Look, the whole summer is all going to be about, hey, look what we've done. Look at our record compared to Trump's record. Look at the direction we're taking the country. And as I've said a number of times, and I've gotten a lot of people to say, I think you're right on this, Rick. I know I'm right on this. They need to go out there and talk about vision. They need to talk about future, where we're heading. Say, yeah, things have been tough. We inherited a massive mess, a historic mess, a once-in-a-100-year mess from Donald Trump. We had to clean that up. Not to mention the people who came into our Capitol and soiled our floors. Literally had to clean the you-know-what out of the rug. So, in that, go, look, we did all this. We did the work. We're going in a direction that's going to give us hope and opportunity for the future. We're going to rebuild that pride of community. We're going to rebuild that pride of production. We're going to rebuild that pride of having disposable income to be able to take vacations and put a second car in the driveway. And we've got to be talking in those economic terms of we are moving in that direction. We are out of this crisis. We are using good policy. We're using smart investments to build a future that is worthy of, well, our history. Think about it. After World War II, my grandparents and their generation came back from fighting fascism overseas to build the most prosperous, wealthiest working class in the history of humanity. And they did that by doing the things that Biden is moving us towards. The idea of domestic production for domestic consumption. Build stuff here, made in America, with American workers, American ingenuity, and build it here, sell it here, consume it here. And make sure that those jobs that are being produced are the kind of jobs that people can support a family on. Not McJobs where, hey, you can just get by. I mean, there's a lot of talk right now of propping up our billionaire class because look how wonderful and how smart they are. Thank goodness for our billionaires, or we'd all be broke. It's really quite ridiculous if you stop and think about it. But from this moment forward, they've got to get out and make that message. They've got to get out there and sell the fact that there is a good vision for the future. Because the narrative has been to this point, the economy's all bad, we're in the wrong direction. Ask any Trump voter. The sky is falling. Recession around every corner, right behind MS-13. And the illegal immigrants and all the other problems that they keep, fixating on and not ready to fix. The fact that we've got an immigration deal mostly kind of done in the Senate and it's going nowhere in the House. Because they understand the issue is more important than the solution. And that's a lot of this stuff. So for us, the voters, if we want better, we got to vote for better. And this idea, well, Donald Trump's listening to us. No, he's not. Donald Trump has told you what he's going to do. It's all about revenge and retribution. It's all about Trump 2025. Project 2025, all loyalty, patronage, and destruction of all of the things that Biden's done. Look, all the good stuff that Biden's done goes away if Trump becomes president.